Hi, this is Scott Garibay, and I want to talk about Today I want to talk about Vivek Ramaswamy and Rachel Zegler. Um, Person of the moment, right? Right now, in the 2024 U.S. presidential race, Vivek Ramaswamy is the candidate of the moment. Trump is evaporating, just a sad 80-year-old man with one foot on a banana peel, one foot on a coffin, right? Nothing, no difference between him and Biden. Just vote for a coffin candidate, right? Like, hey, almost no possibility I'll live through the 4 years that you're electing me for. How do you know? You watch Dianne Feinstein do the same thing, right? And so we're so Vivek Ramaswamy comes in and is literally an inversion of Biden, literally an inversion of Trump, right? But what's real, but and has arrived as the candidate of the moment. He's been the central attack point, right? The central attack point of Mike Pence, central attack point of Nikki Haley. They detest him because they know he matters and they know he has a chance to defeat everybody on the stage, especially when President Trump can't even climb the stairs on that stage anymore, right? That's where we are, right? Sarcophagus candidate, supreme candidate. That's the difference. Vivek Ramaswamy, President Donald Trump, right? Who's just a mirror image now, just a mirror image of a sad sack 80-year-old sarcophagus candidate that just one foot on a banana peel, the other in a coffin. Like the idea that Biden or Trump lived through these 4 years is literally an unproven experiment, right? Going against scientific evidence. Every American witnessed this year, Dianne Feinstein, right? Like, we just watched it happen. It's not a debatable subject anymore, right? Vivek comes into the scene. He's the candidate of the moment. But in Hollywood right now, the person of the moment is Rachel Zegler, right? Hollywood has had this. What we're seeing now is that politics do not happen in Washington. They happen in Hollywood, right? And there has been this strong tradition of you become famous, you hit your stride, you gain your power, right? And then you transform from actor to activist, right? And Rachel Zegler, no one can keep their name out of their own voice, right? Her name out of their voice, because she is the inversion of it, right? She did nothing. She did nothing, right? She arrived in Hollywood, right? And get this, she had a part in Steven Spielberg's West Side Story. That is a laughable joke. No one watched it. It made no money, right? But Rachel Zegler knows who she is, right? She knows she is the ingenue. She knows she is the it actor of the moment, right? And then immediately booked into Jennifer Lawrence's role, right? Different character, but it's the Hunger Games with just a new Jennifer Lawrence, right? And by the way, the reason we're talking about this is I'm literally driving away from having seen the Hunger Games, the Ballad of Songbirds and Snakes. Okay, spoilers for that content here. Okay, so Rachel Zegler comes out and and inverts the whole thing. She's done nothing, right? Before you got your Oscar, right? You got your $1 billion film, right? She did nothing, right? She starred in a Steven Spielberg remake of West Side Story. Should Steven Spielberg even be making West Side Story? That's the most ridiculous. Like, we'd already all watched In the Heights. Was there any need for a Steven Spielberg West Side Story? I honestly don't know a single person who saw that film. I'm an avid cinephile, and I've never seen that film. Like, it's just like, come on, like, right? So she inverts it, right? She's like, well, you go to Hollywood, and if you book even a single job, you just full on go full activist, right? And that's what she did, right? And what's even wilder is she shot Snow White for Disney. I was like, I'm going to tank that film before it ever makes it to the screen, right? And she did it. She has, she made this film and then just announced to everybody, hey, if you like the old Snow White, you suck and you're a garbage person, right? Like, and it's like, and the story sucks. The story is a garbage story, and if you like it, you're a garbage person. And just like buried that film before it was light years away from ever making it, like, to ever even being on screen, to the point where there is high discussion right now that, like, Disney may just completely, they're either going to reshoot it, recut it, they may shelve it, right? Like, and it's astounding because Rachel Zegler, right? Now, I've never seen Rachel Zegler in a movie before I watched The Hunger Games. I just heard her name in political speech and in political action discussion, right? Because she highly invested herself in American political speech, calling for political action, right? Which was, throw away the old traditions, throw away all gender roles, throw away any idea of, any conservative values should be trashed, right? Like, she just grabbed a banner and ran across the field with it and said, I'll burn a $250 million investment from Disney to make this political speech, right? And she went full on Hollywood activist. And I'm talking about this because Grace Randolph has been discussing this deeply. She's like, you have to choose. You cannot be in blockbusters if you're going to be a Hollywood activist. You have to be a Hollywood actor, right? And so Rachel Zegler is the person of the moment, the political American of the moment, because she inverted it. She inverted it, right? She did nothing and went full Hollywood activist, burning projects that weren't even launched, right, with Hollywood activism. No Hollywood actor has ever done that, right? Now, does that mean she's wrong? No, she's 100% right. But inversion, right? So what does Vivek Ramaswamy, what do you and I have to learn from Rachel Zegler, right? One, no one will ever forget Rachel Zegler's name, right? Because I just watched The Hunger Games, The Ballad of Songbirds and Snakes. Fantastic film. I would say it's a 4 out of 5 star film. Rachel Zegler is the Hollywood actor, right? I don't want to gender this because she beats all men and all women. She is the Hollywood actor, right, who sacrificed more for politics than anyone else, right? And the reason why I say that is I just watched this film. She is astounding in it, right? She's incredible, great dancer, great act, triple threat, act, dance, and sing, right? Like, incredible, right? And incredibly talented, and has burned her entire career to the ground before it even started. I don't think Hollywood will forgive her burning a $250 million project, the Snow White project. The budget was probably lower than that, but after all said and done, like, the investments, I think that they're gonna, I'd call it at a nice $250 million, right? Already, that her activism is gonna cost Disney easily, because it's the budget plus, right? And so I don't think the budget is that high. Budget's probably 150 million, something like that, right? But add another 50, add another 100 for just the sheer destructive force that Rachel Zegler has been to Disney, right? But she's so talented. Like, this was not a small sacrifice. She could have been huge, right? I think she could have been bigger than Jennifer Lawrence, right? She could have been huge, right? Scarlett Johansson big, right? Just huge. She's the talent she has burned on the altar of Hollywood activism is astounding. The future career she burned is astounding, right? However, I think she's going to be famous. I think Rachel Zegler is going to be famous for the actress who sacrificed the most as quickly as possible. And I don't want to gender it, right? I don't think any actor has ever sacrificed this much for American political speech, right? She's just like, yeah, I could have been huge. I could have been one of the bigger actresses in the history of America, but let's burn it and make sure that the concepts that I think are important are shouted out right now at the beginning of my career, right? And I think she'll be famous for the destruction of the largest amount of talent for American political speech coming out of Hollywood, right? Now, what's really fascinating though is, where does this land with Vivek? It is the understanding that America today, okay, get this, pay attention close now, it's all about inversion, right? And right now, Vivek Ramaswamy, he is tech savvy. He's a brilliant he is a brilliant political mind. He has a brilliant political mind, right? He's tech savvy, right? In addition to that, he's vibrant and youthful, right? In addition to that, he is literally the embodiment of immigration hope for arriving in America and being successful and seizing the American dream immediately, right? Like, he's, his parents came here, now he is literally an American billionaire, right? Born in America, Indian America, right? But get this, he has to invert all of it, right? Right now, he's an activist, right? What is he saying? He's saying he's saying drill, frack, burn coal, right? He's saying strong America, right? He's saying let's get rid of entire departments of the government. Activism. He's a Washington activist. He's aimed at Washington. He's aimed at activism. But he has to Rachel Zegler it. He has to invert. He has to invert right now, right? And what we need, and what you need to win the 2024 U.S. presidential election, is you have to be a Hollywood actor. We know this. We know it because we watched it. Donald Trump went to the small screen, crushed it on The Apprentice, gained Hollywood actor status, literally went on through a reality television show, right? And now Vivek, in this moment, for the next 11 months, we are 11 months out. 11 months to the future of the world. Not America, the world, right? If America does not get a strong president who is willing to put boots on the ground in every war we're in, the whole world burns as additional villains show up. Additional villain groups, right? There are more Dr. Dooms in this world. There are more Hydras, right? They are coming if we do not show strength, right? He needs to be able to do everything he can do in that time, right? But right now, he's got to be in front of every camera, and he's got a Rachel Zegler. And she is a brilliant actress who sacrificed everything for activism. Sacrificed probably the largest American actress career ever to make sure that her views on, how every traditional value should be shredded and destroyed, right? That political speech saying conservatism gone, liberal to the, to the nth degree, right? She sacrificed everything for it, right? Sacrificed her acting in order to be activist. Right now, Vivek Ramaswamy has to invert it. He has to stop being an activist. He has to start being an actor to win, right? He has to delight. He has to make people feel something. In this movie, Rachel Zegler made me smile. She made me cry. She made me feel something in every scene, right? And that's what Vivek has got to do. He's got to get people to feel the future. Feel it, right? Make them fear, right? Make them fear the future of America in 4 wars, America in 6 wars, right? Make them have hope, right? Make them smile at the idea of their kids buying a house, right? Because we're in 0 wars because we boots on the ground in every war we're in and delivered it, right? He has to make people smile. He has to make people feel fear. He has to make people feel, right? He needs to put down the activism and go full actor for 11 months. He's not an actor. He's an activist, right? He knows what it will take to politically fix this country. He has to suppress every bit of it and sacrifice, right? All of that for 11 months. He's got to put it in a fireproof box, right? A safe, right? And show nothing but Hollywood actor for the next 11 months, right? Rachel Zegler is the most important person in America today, right? She sacrificed the biggest Hollywood career ever to be a Hollywood activist for maybe 2 years, right? That's a huge sacrifice. That took incredible courage, right? Vivek's got to invert it. Every single word of that is my humble opinion. What's important is when I get to hear your humble opinion, when you get in the comments and send your traffic. Please consider liking, subscribing, and have a wonderful millennium.